And welcome back. We welcome Pillar's Senior Director of Community Relations, Scott Peoples, and a client, Jesse Stoll, who successfully went through the program. Thank you both guys for joining us this morning. Jesse, start with you. Tell us about the circumstances you were in that brought you to Pillar.
I was living on the street, literally living under a bridge, and I had nowhere to go. I was literally out in the cold, out in the weather, and decided to go to the warming shelter.
Did you grow up around here, Jesse? Did you go to school here?
No, I grew up in Stevens Point.
And then what brought you to the Fox Valley area?
I have family that lives in the area, so kind of wanted to be close to the family I do have left.
And so as you progressed through the program, what did you learn along the way? Anything?
Yeah, that there's a lot of resources out there for people that are in our situation, and that there's, you know, a lot of good stuff going out there for people that are homeless, and it offered hope that I didn't have before.
So it had to be a little frightening the first time you set foot in the door, but at what point did you maybe say, hey, I'm going to make it?
I think after the first night.
Really, the first night?
Yeah.
What was it about the place, the first night, that made you...
The staff really sat down and talked to me and made me feel comfortable, because I was always nervous about being in a shelter. I never, you know, it's a big thing. I'm really nervous around a lot of people, so it was different for me. And I finally, they sat me down and talked to me and made me feel comfortable, and, you know, told me that, you know, there's hope out there and that I have a chance of making it in life.
Well, you may be nervous around a lot of people, but you're doing very well on television, I'll tell you that, sir. Right. Scott, clients going through a situation like Jesse, what do you tell them when they first come in the door? What's the first contact?
Well, if they come through the door, whether it's at our Pillars Resource Center, or our Pillars Adult and Family Shelter, or the Pillars Adult Shelter where Jesse's been, we just try to reassure them that it's okay and find out their story, and then say, hey, you're going to get a hot meal tonight, you're going to have a place to stay, and you know, if you have any questions, let us know. We're here to help.
How important is it to get them on the right path? In other words, your goal is not to keep Jesse there forever. Your goal is to not so much get them out the door, but get them on the right path.
Oh, absolutely. If people feel like they've arrived, I'm in a shelter now, then we're quickly switching gears, saying, hey, what can we do to help you find a job again, to get housing, to save your money, to stop drinking, or whatever it is that's keeping you in this situation. We always say we like to work ourselves out of jobs, people who work in shelters. We want to get people to the next step, and that's what happened with Jesse. He got into one of our housing programs, Pillars Housing Program. So he went through all the things he needed to do and got to a place where he has his own apartment now.
Oh, my. Now, Jesse, what do you tell somebody who's watching this program right now who is in the situation that you used to be in before you came into the program?
I would tell them that if you're out there in the weather and stuff like that, definitely go to the warming shelter or reach out to Homeless Connections or Pillars now, because they will help you. Whatever barriers you have, whether it's a barrier, you know, an addiction barrier, whether it's a barrier to employment, whatever it may be, they will help you break those barriers and help you succeed in life.
So where do you see yourself going?
I see myself going back to school. And,
really?
Yeah.
Now, will this be high school? Will this be
college?
College, trade school, college?
Yeah, like in college.
And what's in the future? What's the professional Jesse going to be?
I want to be a locomotive engineer.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that's unusual, but a good one.
Yeah.
I hope you make it. I think you will. Scott, for people like Jesse, current clients, how important, once Jesse leaves the program, will it be for him to kind of stay in touch with you?
Well, really important. In Jesse's case, Jesse's someone who needs us to stay in touch with him, and he has a case manager, Dee, who works with him and sees him every week and helps him with things like picking out what clothes to wear on TV, or getting haircuts, or just saying, hey, I'm feeling bad about this. Can you talk to me a little bit? So that's really important for people who have been homeless for a long time, because it's sometimes you wouldn't necessarily guess this, but people don't know what it's like to have their own apartment anymore, or they never did. So to have that case manager, to have that case management support that Pillars provides is really important once we get people into our housing programs.
Well, Scott, we thank you. Jesse, you're on your way.
Thank you.
You're going to make it, my friend. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
You're welcome.
And we continue our conversation right after this, so please stay with us.